My name is Scott Anthony, Master Barber and Educator for American Crew. What we're going to be doing today is a Pompadour haircut, one of the haircuts from the Master Men's Grooming Collection. And what we're going to do today is we're going to be doing some clipper work down on the bottom, doing some shear and razor work on top, and then we're going to be doing some light tapering. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start off using our motor-driven clipper. I'm going to start at the hairline. I'm going to anchor our tool, slowly going up, pivoting, and then suspending. I'm going to pull down the air, anchor, slowly pivoting, and then suspending. Anchor, pivoting, and suspending. We're going to use this technique throughout the haircut, going from the right side of the head to the left. Anchoring our tool, coming up, pivoting, and then suspending. And like I said, we're going to be doing this from the right side of the head to the left. We're going to be taking our time, making sure we're going in small panels, starting at the hairline, anchoring our tool as we go up, slowly pivoting. As we get to the top, suspending. You want to make sure when you're doing any kind of clipper work that you're taking your time, slowly moving the tool in parallel sections, anchoring, pivoting, and then suspending. As we get closer to the left side of our head, we're going to pull our ear down, anchoring our tool, pivoting, and then suspending. So what we're going to do now in our next section is we're going to do our T parting. We're going to start our section behind the ear, combing it down in our way. You want to make sure you're using nice clean sections, starting behind the ear. From one side of the ear, going on to the opposite side of the head. Follow that parting behind the ear. And then we're going to go from the back to the center, separating the hair from left to right. Adding a little water for control. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take small sections in zone 2. We're going to start in the back. Get our first section. Grab our next section. Bring it down to match the following section we just previously cut. Going from the back to the front. Taking small sections. As we reach the center of the head, like I said, starting from the back, slowly working forward. Bring out the top section towards us. Got one more section in the center. Make sure we have enough tension on the hair, slowly pulling it forward, following our guide, cutting it from the back to the front. And extending a little bit in the front so we can have some length up here in the front. Go on to the opposite side. Grab my section from the back. Grab it from the back. Finding our guide. Grabbing the next section as we move towards the top. Continue to move forward until we reach the center of the head, pulling the hair down, finding our section, and moving forward. Grab another section. Grab our last section, which is in the center. When we get to the center top, you want to make sure you just go a little beyond the hairline, so anything that's in the center can come over. Finding our guide. Extending in the front a little bit so we can create some length. Now we're going to go into our back section. Starting from the side, the back side, finding our guide and cutting. What this is allowing us to do is build up some weight in the back. Finding our guide, cutting it. Grab another small section. Finding our guiding, cutting it. One more section. We're almost getting towards the top back of the ear. Bringing that section towards me. Got a nice amount of tension. Finding our guide. So we're going to do about one more section here on the top. Making sure that we're taking small sections as we move towards the center of the head. Find our guide and cut. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put in, we're going to cut zone 4, which is the top center. Lift that up. And we're just going to cut the top center. We're not going to take too much length off. Grab our next section. And as we get towards the front, I'm going to comb this up because we want to keep that length. Bring it back and cut. So now we're going to go into our detail and finish. I'm going to do some clip over comb on the sides, blending in any areas that I see that are inconsistent. And then when you're doing any kind of clip over comb, shear over comb, any kind of detailing, we're just removing a small amount of hair. We're not going in and removing any kind of bulk. Take some more length, do a little bit more clip over comb on the, shear over comb on the back. Looking for any inconsistent areas that I've missed. Then I'm going to go in with my clipper. And I'm going to do a little bit of fanning, which I'm placing the comb down and then slowly going up and down in a fanning motion, getting any areas that I think are a little too dark or that are inconsistent. So I'm doing a little fanning motion going through the area in zone 1 that I may have missed earlier. And just making it a nice clean fade. Placing the comb down and in a fanning motion, just getting some of them dark areas more graduated and clean. Always starting from the right side of the head if you're right-handed, moving towards the left side. If you're left-handed, you can start on the left side of the head and move to the right. Just going in and removing any dark areas that I see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a 3-0 guard, and I'm going to clean up the neckline. Starting at the base, you want to stay low. We don't want to go into the areas that we already have cut in previously. So we want to take, in the neckline, we want to take our tool, place it on the neck, anchoring it, slowly pivoting, and then suspending into our previous area that we cut. Anchoring the tool, slowly pivoting, and suspending working from the right side of the head to the left, slowly anchoring, pivoting, and then suspending. Anchoring our tool, pivoting, and this is suspending into our previous cut area. And what that's doing is just creating a nice taper on his neckline. Anchoring, pivoting, and just suspending. Going to the sideburn area, anchoring our tool, pivoting, and suspending into our previous cut area. You want to make sure that you don't go into the previous cut area, because then it's going to make a line of demarcation, which will be hard to get out if we go up to our So now I'm going to dampen the hair again. And in our back area, I'm going to use our razor to create some separation and remove some of this bulk here. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to grab a section, and I'm going to place our razor in the area of support and just slowly place our razor in the area of support, slowly go in and remove some weight, allowing us to get a little bit more movement. Grab another section in the area of support, slowly moving up, not taking too much off because I'm not trying to remove a lot of here. I'm just trying to cause a little bit of separation. One more section, placing it in the area of support, moving up, not removing too much here, but just a little bit so we can get some separation. So far we were in zone 1, using our number 1 guide. We went up, an anchor, pivot and suspended, and then we went into zone 2, which we made our sections, crossed it towards us, removed that weight, removed some length so we could create some weight on both sides. Then we cut the back, went into zone 4, removed just the top area, just brushing the tips, we didn't cut too much off. Then going into detail and finish, where we did some using our 3/0 blade, doing some tapering in the back hairline, using our razor for some separation and removing a little bit of bulk. And now we're going to go into styling. I'm going to be using a blow dryer and a Denman brush. And what I'm going to do is start to blow dry the hair in the direction that I want it to go to. So I'm going to blow dry his hair back. And we want to make sure when we're blow drying that we're following the direction that the hair wants to go. And when you're doing the pompadour, we want to make sure that we get it the front nice and high, combing it in the direction that we want it to go into. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little of our American Crew alternator and just do a light coat on top of his head to create some holes. Not too much holes because it's not a very strong spray, but it does give us the ability to allow the hair to move in the direction that we want it to. We're using a small amount of American Crew pomade. Put it in the center of our hands. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be coating the outside of his hair. And start to shape the hair in the direction that we want it to go into. So we have the alternator in there, some American Crew pomade for styling and hold. So what we did is we started off with a horseshoe parting, a standard horseshoe parting on the top. We started with using our clipper, started at the base of his hairline here. We anchored our tool, went up into pivoting, and this is suspending. We did that from the right side of the head to the left side of the head. After we completed that, we sectioned off the top of our hair, and we did small sections pulling it towards us, creating some weight as we moved up towards the top of the head. After we did the right side and the left side, we moved on to the back, doing the same procedure. Then we went into zone 4, and we just took just a slight amount of hair off the top of that hair to balance it off. We went in with that. After we did that, we went in with the razor, using our razor in the area of support, removing some bulk, allowing some movement in the top of the hair, and then we did our tapering at the base of the hairline in detail and finish. When we completed that, we used American Crew pomade and our alternating spray to allow some movement in the pomade for some shine. And basically that is our version of the Pompadour, and we appreciate you and thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.